are paused.
You're self-conscious for me. I appreciate that.
Yes, although you do have a dope shirt on, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so just looking over the lineups really quickly, right? You look at EG. This might seem like a kind of greedy tricore to run OD, Quap, and Terrorblade, but with OD not being the greediest hero after all nowadays with Meteor Hammer, I think you can definitely pull a lineup like this off. You have some good, easy-to-hit setup stunts with Avalanche and Fire Blast to connect with on Queen of Pain to give Terrorblade something to hit. And on the other side for FTX, TSM, FTX, TSM, you have, you know, I think the Sand King was the nice missing piece here. Just having a low cooldown stun to enable Weaver to do extra damage, to enable Snapfire to combine, and to, you know, let PA also use her Phantom Strike off cooldown to get something done in fights. I think the key moment in this game is going to be when BKBs come out on TSM. Like, if they get full value out of their BKBs, that's one downside to EG's draft is what do they really have against BKB heroes, right? You have a Terrorblade who can attack in an OD. OD is going to be weak because Arcane Oak doesn't work. You have Sonic Wave and Terrorblade right clicks, but it's a PA with Blur. So, are you really going to kill them in BKB? So,
is that a rhetorical question?
Probably my biggest worry here. I think maybe at some point Terrorblade has to go for MKB, but it doesn't feel that nice to do.
No, it's terrible.
But it might be an asset. I mean, if PA gets the Blur talent, like, what are you going to do? He has 85% evasion. You need a Bloodthorn or an MKB then.
Yep. Yeah, it's I mean, that's one of the benefits of picking PA against these types of heroes that don't want to itemize for that, right? Or Terrorblade wants to go for the stats, and OD will literally never buy anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloodthorn, I guess, if you have to, but...
I suppose you could get it on OD, yeah.
That's like a much later item pickup for him, for sure.
But it definitely is the downside to that matchup for Terrorblade, right? And it's a traditional good matchup against PA Terrorblade, but I think the balance of it has swung a little bit lately.
Yeah, I mean, PA hasn't really been picked that much, but when it's been picked, it feels like it's been really successful in this season. As Moon Meander is going to Shikuchi. Ooh. He sees Nightfall, I think. Maybe not.
They know that if TSM are here because they have the same ward that TSM just placed.
Oh, nice D ward from Jerax. You get some juicy amount of gold for him. So, did you actually pick a lineup during that long monologue of yours?
I think if you put me on the spot and I had to pick a favorite, I'll probably go with TSM's lineup just based on how the series has gone so far. But it's under the condition that they get to late game, or at least like 30 minutes without being too rolled. And I'm a little bit concerned about the strength of their lanes, except the PA Weaver lane, which is super strong.
Yeah, the stun from Saberlight, he's going to secure himself the bounty rune, but it'll still be a 2-for-2 across the board. As Arteezy gets a few nice right clicks here. Dubu's actually connecting as well, but I'm not going to find anything. Yeah, always fun to see a PA. Why do you think this hero isn't picked as much as... I mean, obviously the illusion carriers are kind of the king. Well, I didn't say all of them, but Terrorblade just feels like it's picked all the time, especially by EG. But what's the weakness of PA? Is it the itemization that it's one of the few heroes that kind of has to go for Battle Fury?
She needs time, right? And I think PA is a strong laner together with the right pairings, but a lot of the times those pairings will be banned, right? Like Snapfire and Weaver are two of her best friends. And in this game, TSM are getting both of them because of, you know, switch-ups in the draft. Oh, nice Ignite here from Jerax.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Might actually be in serious trouble. Nice Burrow Strike.
That's 2 double Burrow Strikes in a row from Saberlight with level 1 Burrow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, worth keeping in mind that Jerax is the one laning not against Weaver. So I think that's good news for Moon Meander that he didn't have to face the Ogre matchup.
Yep, true.
Another good Ignite.
Dubu taking down very low. We're trying to turn it around on Jerax with the little shredder, but has to be careful here. No way to really close the gap yet. And
dude, I just realized Saberlight is playing from home.
You just realized that now?
I didn't think about it, but like time-wise, he's playing the series at like 4 a.m. right now.
I mean, he's a degenerate like the rest of us.
That is very insulting. Please be respectful to the players. His mic still works.
I'm just staring at Cinder because he's very rude to me. Yeah, 4 a.m.'s fine. I think he's used to that.
That'll be all right.
I mean, if he wants to scrim at normal times, then he kind of has to be playing at this time anyway, right?
That's
so
fair.
His schedule
maybe
is
his regular schedule is like this. That's
well, I would hope so. When are you going to scrim?
Yeah.
And Saberlight can get some farm here. There's Jerax. Okay, there's the Burrow Strike into a cookie. Not the greatest communication. This can turn into a Fire Blast with the right clicks of Arteezy. Saberlight looks to be potentially dead. Very little HP. But Jerax chases him down, and that is the first blood for EG in game number 3.
Yeah. Like you said, the communication there. If they are on the same page, that is not a kill. But had the same idea to stun both heroes. Did it at the same time, though.
It's funny, when Snapfire first came out, I didn't think Cookie was going to be that good of an ability. They really haven't had to change it at all, I don't think, right? Maybe the damage numbers?
I think it got improved a little bit at some point. Oh, hang on.
Maybe they made it faster. Maybe the projectile was slow at first. Oh, Burrow Strike.
Okay.
Not on any heroes, but he's not really in any danger, so
Got the range creep.
things will be fine. Mid matchup, which we haven't really discussed as of yet, is Bryle playing Mr. Kunkka versus Abed's Queen of Pain. 17-6 on Abed. And for Kunkka, 12-1, so a little bit behind here. As we can see, Moon Meander with the Swarm in the top lane. Crit in the area as well. As you can see, Dubo actually had to pop the Fairy Fire bottom, but looks like he's going to be able to walk away fine. Oh, toss. Ooh, nice dodge.
Yep, dodges that with the healing cell running. Gets a little bit of damage in. And now Saberlight hits level 3. I would say the big strength for Sanking in this lane probably comes level 5 when you have 3 in Sandstorm. The damage is actually very dangerous for Terrorblade when you're playing against Snapfire as well. The raw magic output can become an issue, so has to be a little bit cautious there.
Jerax. I mean, he's a tanky boy, but little Shredder.
God, that Sanking illusion is so enormous. That tail was as big as a hero.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at his actual tail here.
Yeah, it's as big as a hero.
The cosmetic made it twice as big, I think.
Yep.
Abed picks up the water rune. He is level 5 right now, so slight advantage going his way in terms of the XP advantage overall in the mid lane. And I mean, Queen of Pain, one of the thing I like about this draft, how it started out, was very flexible for EG.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the actual roles, right? Because Queen of Pain can kind of play anywhere. Tiny, I mean, it's probably a support, but we've seen that mid. Like, you could switch that up if you really wanted to. Like, mid Tiny is not the craziest. And then OD as well. Kind of switch it up.
EG have done a good job not getting too punished in this top lane. PA is out farming the OD. And now Moon Meander.
All right. Yep, Swarm is attempting to TP out and will be successful. His crit will be able to walk away as well. And he did TP back to base, so it'll be a long walk back into the lane itself. So Saberlight, you said level 5 is when he really hits his stride here?
I would say so. He's actually in trouble here.
Yeah, the Sentry spotting him out. Dubu's in the area, though. Has the cookie. Will use it. It will actually end up getting stunned with the Burrow Strike. Continue to get chased by that ginormous version of himself.
Jerax is blocking Arteezy there.
Yep, couple more right clicks. And no vision. Does not have a Sentry.
Oh, dear.
We'll have to try to close the gap here, but Saberlight able to maneuver himself to safety. As mid lane, we see the boat come out along with the Sonic Wave. Some good damage mitigation and will allow
X refill.
Bryle to live. Yeah.
That feels really good if you're Kunkka. You got ganked and Sonic survived and come back like nothing happened. That is really good news for Bryle. Gives him the possibility to make a rotation that Quap can't really respond to very well. Sonic Wave is the primary reason that Queen's side lane rotations are so good, and with that being down for 2 minutes, could be eyeing an opportunity. Or they could double down on it and actually go for him without it here. Was not expecting this.
Yeah, Avatos with the pressure from Abed. Moon Meander's come to play as well, but it's not going to be enough to save Bryle's life. The X will not really end up netting them any advantage here as Moon Meander tried to go for the illusion rune, won't get it. But at the very least will live, so you're right. They stuck around and Bryle kind of took that maybe a little bit too aggressive.
That's a big loss. He doesn't have TP now to come back to lane. With the X refill he just did, so.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of CS, very even still between the two of them in the mid lane. But you can see the net worth. Actually, the net worth is almost the same as well, so pretty close. As we see the cookie action top lane, Nightfall gets off the Astral Imprisonment, but he will likely drop to this right click, and it'll be Moon Meander claiming that one. So
good rotation from Dubu. He's kind of freed up with Sanking hitting level 5 bot. close to a Vanguard as well. When Saberlight has that, you can expect him to be a very difficult kill. Actually going to start pressuring Arteezy a little bit here. Half health. Has Tangos to work with at the very least, but needs to be a little bit careful. Any rotation down here would be a kill together with Sand King if Arteezy is this low. As a result, might just end up going jungle. He is level 6. If he wants to leave his lane, he could.
Yep.
Oops, a little bit of a slip up on the CS.
I mean, based on the laning setup, are you surprised at all that Tomato is farming quite a bit better than team? I mean, he's the 500 gold advantage already at 7.5 minutes.
It's a little bit surprising, yeah. I didn't think the gap was going to be this big, and I wonder why it is, because they have about the same CS. I don't know if Arteezy needed to buy his own regen, or Tomato has an assist. So does Arteezy, though.
Yeah, that's actually quite strange.
Is there a difference in bounty runes taken by the teams or something? Guess maybe that's part of it.
Well, Tomato did go for the Orb of Corrosion, and we'll follow it up with Treads into the Battle Fury. How many heroes can buy Battle Fury now?
PA, Troll, AM.
Is that it? That might be it. Ursa stopped. Ursa's like Diffusal.
Yeah, they don't buy it yet. Or anymore, rather. Monkey can carry. Juggernaut.
Okay, Avatos from Crit. Moon Meander. He's going to have to Shikuchi
Yeah,
out.
like a handful. Slark, if you want to lose MMR.
Well, you could do that on Crystal Maiden, too. Same
true.
result, I think.
But you can do it on Slark without getting reported. Actually, probably not.
I mean, the report might not do anything.
Oh, crit.
All right, Moon Meander comes back. Tomato, he's sitting on the cliff. They know that a rotation's coming. Abed blinks in with this Scream of Pain. Nice toss from Jerax. Gonna get that Fire Blast into the Sonic Wave. Goodbye, Tomato. They will find collateral in Crit, but that's just a support for a core.
Oh, Abed missed the Scream
Moon Meander
there.
with the Shikuchi soon.
That might
he's
actually
fine.
save his life.
Boat, though. Looks like it's going to be used for Jerax into the Torrent, but Abed coming to help out his comrade as well. Jerax is going to be taken out by Dubu, though. Bryle should... Oh, my God! He actually dies!
Arcane Rune, very good.
Wow. That is very unfortunate for Undying. Again, that's a TP down. He's going to have to walk all the way back wherever the hell he wants to go. 2 times now for Bryle. Still, relatively even game. Quite early on. You're seeing Abed's bottle get refilled now. It's about to hit the 10-minute mark, so a little bit of XP boost coming for both respective teams. And power runes as well. But rotating back top is TSM. Nightfall. Oh, actually, the Swarm connects on 2. I don't even think he had vision on Crit. Nightfall is just going to TP out. Would need like 3 crits.
Don't you just love being weavered? It's rough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How do you think they're gonna
survive, but you have to TP base and spend 100 gold.
Right, that's
to get back to lane. So Nightfall is having a rough lane for the first time today. Like, it's actually really rough. He's 1,000 gold behind almost the Sand King, who got killed in lane.
But he does have Meteor
well.
Hammer.
He does.
He has it now. The item created just for OD.
And Treant.
Kind of. It's not as cool, though. It doesn't match his color scheme like OD does. Like, they literally match the color scheme. As you see, he's now starting to get some farm in that top lane thanks to the Meteor Hammer. And we'll see if they want to connect on some sort of a game. I mean,
Saberlight has just been left bottom alone and takes the tower minute 10.
Okay.
Solo Sand King. No
Yeah, that is strange.
contesting that, apparently, for EG.
And has that Vanguard. We'll be going for Blink next as Moon Meander. In the area, there is a sentry for Jerax to try to find a potential kill, but do you think TSM ends up defending this tier 1? I mean, this is basically the entirety of EG.
I think they could with the Sand King Vanguard. I actually think he can TP up there and be a problem. They might not think it's worth it. It is risky, and you do need many heroes. So they're just not going to bother. I think it's a theoretical defense, but I don't know if it's a good one. You need to use multiple TPs. You're at risk of getting jumped as you're connecting in. Yeah, they're just not going to do it.
Yep, so they're going to get that tower eventually, and Arteezy's going to TP to the mid lane. So Arteezy sitting on a Dragonlance Treads. Meanwhile, his counterpart in Tomato has the Ring of Health Broadsword. So a little over halfway to the Battle Fury. And for the mid matchup, Bryle looks like first item BKB. That is something that we are both hoping that will change in this next patch. Is Crit getting initiated on Tomato, gets the cookie applied to him, and that's going to result in a kill for him.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a kill on Dubu there with Crit using the maximum duration of Avalanche Toss to allow Abed to connect on Quap, but the turnaround was there. Yeah, Tomato, it's going to be a nice little snack there on the way to the jungle. Probably going to look at a 14-15 minute Battle Fury here, which is very good, given that he bought Orb of Corrosion and Treads and Raindrop. It's actually very nice timing with all these little build-up items that allowed him to win the lane.
The tier 1 tower now getting pressured by TSM. Saberlight ready with the ult. Still no blink, but quite the tanky boy indeed.
He's in a really good position. And Dubu might be some good bait here too.
Yeah, the Avalanche is just going to clip him.
Oh, they're not going to use
Dubu
it.
cookies to the right side here. Saberlight really itching to get an initiation off. Now, he gets the burrow to start things off. There's the boat, but nice Astral for the save. And the Mortimer's Kisses are going to be canceled pretty much right off the bat. So with that, I believe TSM will likely retreat. If they don't lose anybody, though, then not a whole lot lost. Although there's the Fire Blast with Jerax's multicast. Nicely done. Good skill.
He's going to dig up a salve in front of them as well.
I mean, he does have a million armors. I think it's going to be fine. And Nightfall with that Meteor Hammer will likely try to pressure this tier 1 mid a little bit more. There we go. Meanwhile, Tomato is still in the enemy jungle, and he is 400 from Battle Fury. So as long as he doesn't die in the next minute, it's going to be amazing timing, like you said. Yasha looks to be next for Arteezy. I mean, is there a certain, like, what items are you waiting for here? Because the BKB from TSM on, like, Bryle, the first item, I assume they want to fight right at that point.
Probably, yeah.
But that's going to be aligning with Battle Fury. Like, you don't want to fight with Battle Fury necessarily, right?
No, but I think you want the BKB to kind of bridge the gap, right? Because with that item being as powerful as it is when he gets it, they can fight as 4. And then you're going to burn a charge or 2, but that's okay, because then PA gets hers. And if you're not fighting capable, you can risk losing too much of the map.
So you think this is the game that Tomato goes BKB second item?
I think so, yeah. I think so. He doesn't need to buy Deso. That's the beauty of this. They have so much minus armor between the Swarm and Snap that PA is kind of playing with a constant buff that isn't even on her, right? It's just there's going to be something in the fight.
Do you actually think he's not going to go for it after?
I think he's still going to go for it, but it's an easier choice to make to go for the BKB when you know you're not going to have damage problems to connect to that item.
Yeah, fair enough.
Going to farm an ancient stack here that Bryle even softened up for him here. So.
Oh, by the way, so you were discussing the whole evasion aspect of Blur this game. You actually do think he's going to take the 35% Blur at 20?
Yeah, for sure. It's insanely good this game. Almost always, actually. Some PAs have taken the Armor Corruption if they go Manta because they stack independently on the illusions.
Oh.
So it's technically a -9 armor if you have Manta.
Why would that work?
Because it's a video game. And
that sounds like a literal bug that has become a feature.
I don't think it's been changed.
There's no way that should be a thing. That's so weird.
But yeah, if you don't do that, like most games, the 35% evasion is better. It's just really, really strong. Like we talked about, OD doesn't want to buy MKB. Terribly doesn't want to. If they don't, they're just not going to hit. Like, you need to.
I mean, if that's the itemization that somebody like Arteezy would have to go for, at what point does he do so? He's going for SNY right now, as we're going to see the initiation on Mr. Tony.
Nice cancel
the
on the
Avalanche though, but likely will fall shortly here.
I like that a lot. He's threatening the epi, but then just. I think it didn't get ever cancelled, right? He cancelled it himself because he can just channel it as he wishes. That was a really great quality of life change for Sanking.
Yeah, after so many years of pain. My goodness, the shift clicking and all that crap. Ugh. And Nightfall now has a Blink Dagger, so looking to close the gap even further here for EG.
I'm afraid he's going to end up playing mainly defensively. I think they need the Astral as a save a lot in this game.
Do you think he needs to go for Ags next then?
Yeah, I think Ags would be very good. But at the same time, if you don't have BKB, can you really fight? Like, he's caught in this awkward position with choosing what items to buy. I think this is really difficult, and he doesn't have anything in the quick buy yet either, because I think he's really taking his time to decide. There's a lot of items you really want, and it's difficult to gauge what the more important one is. The Ags is great, so you can save teammates from PA. The BKB is great, so you can hit everyone else, then PA. And there might even be a third item he's considering. I'm not sure if he wants.
Burrow's going to miss there. Nightfall gets off the Astral Meteor Hammer combo. Tomato getting destroyed.
Big kill.
Down he goes, 45 seconds.
This is going to develop,
Arteezy
though.
getting quite low, though. Bryle's in the vicinity. Nice Burrow Strike epicenter combo from Saberlight. They are destroying EG in this fight. Goodness gracious. 2 cores dead right off the bat. Retribution, but TSM lose a couple more supports on top. So it ends up being a 3 for 2. Still pretty value kills for TSM.
Yeah, I think they're okay with this. They lost 2 supports and a carry for the 2 biggest heroes on the Radiant side. It's a pretty even trade. All right.
Yeah, not over yet, it seems. Saberlight.
Saberlight could be in trouble.
He is quite tanky. There's no Sanity's Eclipse to work with, but they still have vision.
Oh, he has to stun again
Arcane
now.
Orb. All right, okay. Astral Imprisonment.
He has Raindrop.
He does. Will he live? Burrow Strike?
He will.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wait.
He's dead.
He's dead. Nice call, Cinder. And as usual, crit in the meantime. Will be X back into the Torrent, so he'll be the consolation.
Do you also miss LD a little bit?
Of course.
Yeah. A little bit. Your mic still works. Say something.
I said yes.
Say something
Would you
again.
like me to elaborate? You asked me a yes or no question. What do you want from me? Good lord. Good Gaben. Mumian are going to get side. Okay, actually, answer me this question. This is not a yes or no for you, so you can talk for like 5 minutes straight if you want. Is there some sort of item timing for EG before they get a little bit more aggressive?
Yes.
We're seeing smokes every once in a while, but...
That was a yes-no question.
Okay, what specific items are we looking for?
I think Arteezy's BKB is big. You saw that last fight, how big of a problem it was that he just got caught by literally anything. Like the raw magic damage burst potential is an issue. BKB is close, though. He's only 500 off.
Yeah, so he's changing it from... He had SNY queued up, so...
Nightfall bot treads, and he is... Okay, now he's eyeing up the eggs. So he is aiming for the hybrid solution, primarily defensive, though.
All right.
It's a lot of minus armor.
Indeed. This is the TSM advantage this game, no doubt about it. You guys talked about it on the panel. The minus armor is crazy. EG, not so much.
The Swarm, Medallion, Little Shredder, Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah, and that's going to be the Aegis for Tomato, so he could fight with this. Is still opting to go for the BKB next, so like you said, and actually, if he stays true to what he has queued up, will not be going Deso. It'll be a Basher, actually, after the BKB.
I think it's fine. Like we covered before, it's not a necessity. With the Basher, he has a very good shot at just killing OD. I think that's part of it. OD and Quap are able to buy themselves a lot of time, and he wants max value out of his BKB, so he wants to be able to stick on the targets that he finds. So Basher would do that for him.
Fair enough.
He might still go back for a Deso after. It's not out of the question, but I think at that point he might just go Scotty instead when you're taking this path.
Link Astral into the aggressive toss, but wait, where the hell did he go?
Wait,
where the hell did he go? That wasn't even an X. Wait, was it? He does have Arcane Rune. Maybe it's back up already? No, there's no way.
What? I caught the tail end of it. I have no idea what happened. Do we have a replay on that?
Eventually, but there's, action might occur here. Nice avalanche, but initiation back on top of EG this time. And it looks like maybe not on the same page as Crit will drop.
Jarex is in trouble. He's being burned.
From ridiculous range. Looks like Tomato's going to help get yet another kill. So that's the second support dead for EG. So the cores will need to back.
All right.
SBKB. Okay. Well, you should. You would assume he would make it pop it at least, but maybe not. Okay, I think we have time to look at this replay maybe. If we have it, that is.
He might have been X'd, and then he tried to toss him during the X.
Let's see. Oh, he did X.
He was X'd.
So it was the Arcane Rune.
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
that was afterwards. Actually. Never mind.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're watching. Nobody wants to see this, production. Get it off my screen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is live, though. Bryle pops the BKB, focusing on crit, so has that swarm applied. Oh, looks like Nightfall is going to get destroyed. Sonic Wave, not actually hitting anybody, I don't believe.
Arteezy is sort of in an awkward position here.
Yep, on the run.
He will get out.
But they force out the defensive BKB, so TSM still, they've mounted this this lead, 5K, and still under 3 minutes to go on the Aegis. Okay, here we go. This is what we were talking about. Thank you. Oh, he does have it. Okay, so it is the Arcane Rune that allowed him to have that up again.
And they're trying to toss him out of the X, I guess, here, and then pop. Okay.
It's funny, you can just pop that in midair. Good stuff. Anything that, like the Z axis in Dota is always hilarious.
Yeah. This is a big lead for TSM, by the way. It's not just that it's 5K, you have PA. This is one of the absolute monsters of late game in this patch. And the hero matchups, in my opinion, once again, I don't think Terrorblade is a counter. I just don't. Like, it's a counter for a certain part of the game, but the way the game gets played now, most of the time, I see PAs do very well against Terrorblade later on. Again, the blur talent and everything just becomes a huge issue.
Yeah, and you can tell how big of an issue this is that Arteezy is queuing up the MKB already.
Yeah.
I was expecting this to come after one of his big stat items, but feeling that this game is getting out of hand in TSM's favor. There's the initiation, Burrow Strike with the Phantom Strike from Tomato. Even used Mortimer's Kisses to kill off Crit. Not the longest cooldown, but a little bit surprising considering they still have the Aegis for a minute, so they don't really need to expend that much.
And just get it done.
I'm gonna go for this tier 2. Sorry, what was that?
Just get it done.
Get it done?
Yeah, you just use your spell. Oh, okay.
All right, Burrow.
He has the blink.
He does. Trying to line up. Okay, he didn't actually try to blink here.
He's dead.
Yeah, Nightfall. Oh, the stun into the Sanity's Eclipse. Again, Aegis still online. Nightfall's dead. Tomato ticking away. Yeah, still 45 seconds. Probably doesn't want to risk this, although Abed showing himself mid. Would you risk it for the biscuits in their end?
Oh, that's a Zyori saying.
Is it?
He said that all the time. And he did risk it for the biscuit in the end.
I guess so. 7K lead for TSM. I absolutely love that we have several teams now in NA that are pretty freaking closely skilled.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the potential of Quincy Crew. Obviously, having 3 new members this season got off to a really good start. Kind of tapered off a bit towards the end, but still all very good players. And these two teams, extremely closely skilled. And TSM, obviously, right now the favorite in game number 3. Meander. Ooh, all right. Jerax put his hands up, but couldn't get it off.
All right, give me your best guess at win graph right now before we look.
6. Actually, it is. I'll say 70-30.
Okay, I'm gonna say 80-20. Let's see. 85-15 actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's have a look. 88-12.
88. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it is. You have to say Weaver PA is very strong.
I mean, Moon Meander did warn every team in the DPC, don't let me get Weaver, it's my best hero. And what did they do? Of course, there's only so many heroes you can ban.
Yeah. In the end, you switch something up. Probably won't be seeing it again after this game, whether EG win or lose it. The Weaver has been a huge issue. All game.
Feels like his swarms have hit multiple heroes every single time, seemingly. Now he's pushing the lanes here, Jerax. Not really accompanied by anybody, just trying to create some space. And no way to cancel that, so doesn't really accomplish much. Nightfall. Actually, Kunkka. Okay. So Bryle has the AC done. And we'll be going for the Halberd next.
This would be a big pick if they could somehow connect on Tomato. Oh, no, that is... That's a swing and a miss. Okay.
Oh, belching afar. Look at that. That's the 360 belch that I've been waiting all my life for. Love it.
Symphony of skills right there.
I could see that being made into like a fountain at like Bellagio Hotel or something in Vegas, right? Like the spinning 360 snapfire, belching fire. I like that.
As a chocolate fountain.
It's delicious.
Well, what do you do if you're EG? I mean, they're not really finding much initiative on the map. Every time they're moving out and trying to do something, they get punished. They have decent vision around the mid area, but oh no, that's a BKB force.
Yeah.
He's got to get out of here.
And TP's out. We'll be fine.
they're kind of just doing process of elimination here on TSM. Like, where's Arteezy, you know? Like, they have
Saberlight. Epicenter is popped. Ooh, Astral to try to save himself, but he's actually fine. Blinks out. Jax in the meantime.
Someone's going to miss there.
Looks, I'm not sure Bryle can close. Okay, with that Fire Blast, that allows the X to be in range. A nice kill onto Jerax. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. Maybe I believe EG are just really waiting for this MKB to come online for Arteezy. They feel like they just can't fight without it, perhaps.
I guess so, but it feels like that's the problem. Right? Then you get that, but it just feels like it's almost too late, right? Like you're gonna get this item 12K behind at that point, maybe even more. Once it does come online, the enemy team has had so much control, and you know, the biggest difference between this and the previous EG games we've had today is Nightfall and Abed have been respectively really quiet, actually. They've been struggling to find moves, hasn't really worked out. And for the first time in this series, TSM won the lanes as well, right? They actually got out of a really good laning stage, and that has been what's propelled EG ahead in both Game 1 and 2. In Game 1, EG should have probably won a lot faster. They kind of dropped the ball, but still got across the finish line in the end.
Burrow onto Abed, but no way to lock him down.
Yeah. No Yule.
All right. EG. I believe the MKB is on the way.
Oh, Tomato sees them.
Already smoked. Tomato, okay. Avalanche, aggressive toss again, but the BKB popped by Bryle. Gets off the boat, looking like they want to run away. The Cookie's going to help accomplish that. Arteezy's already popped the meta, so they can just wait this out and potentially reset. Yep. Lotus applied. Looks like they should get out. MKB, and this is being shown, so this will not be a surprise. But now with meta running out, I feel like TSM will likely just regroup and go for something.
Yep, they're smoked.
And there we go. Epicenter with the Burrow Strike. Nice Astral from Nightfall to save his comrade for now. BKB popped by Arteezy. He's trying to chase out Bryle to get the Sunder. Will he get the range? Bryle's just trying to run away. Finally gets it off. But now the right clicks have cometh, and that is way too much damage. Oh, the Astral is saving him. Sandy's Eclipse to follow. That's a dead PA. Can they actually kill Arteezy? He's living throughout all of this. Finally drops, but it requires several heroes from TSM to take their way to the grave as well. A 2 for 3. I believe we had a buyback.
2 for 4, actually. Yeah, that was a buyback from Sand King. Awesome fight from Nightfall there.
That Sunder is just running. Hands off keyboard, please give me the range.
I mean, he was bloodlusted, right? That was the difference maker. You wouldn't have reached it without, I think, if that was the case. And you know, it's the little things sometimes, but Nightfall really MVP for me that fight. 2 insanely good Astrals, very good timing, was ready on the money. Yeah, TSM did get the final reward that they were looking for, but it's expensive.
Saberlight.
He does not have buyback if he dies here.
They don't have vision though.
Okay, he's fine. He could stun.
Yeah.
With no snap ult.
Should have
not
an idea that
though.
they want to go for Roche, but they're not going to risk it here.
Yeah. So you're going to see it here. So they prime up the Epicenter. Very quick blink, banish. Gives Arteezy the time to enter the fight with BKB.
Yeah.
They still go for him. And he is bloodlusted. Look at that. He's even got he even had spider legs just running away. It still got reached. Second banish again.
Yeah, Nightfall MVP of this fight for sure. I mean, Arteezy still dies, but so much space. That was, or so much time bought, I should say.
Yeah, very nice.
You can see he's so happy that he's actually in the frame of his camera for once. Good to see. Wonder what the purpose of that is. That would be, if they win this series, I want you guys, promise me you'll ask him, why is the camera like that?
Why are you like this?
Why are you like this? Burrow, boat's coming for Abed, but the BKB is there. And they turn this around into Saberlight instead, so with that, TSM might have to retreat.
Yep, they were trying to do a nice spell combo, but the chain stunning was impossible, actually, to prevent the Queen of Pain BKB there, I think.
And he's dead for an eternity.
Yeah.
So this Roche might just be a freebie.
No meta, soon.
Oh, but the aggressive play from EG. They're going to get the Avalanche onto Bryle. Toss back into Terrorblade. He's going to pop the Magic Immunity, but it's not going to matter. He's dead for 80. Looks like they're going to catch one more, and that is Moon Meander. So with this Roche, this is going to be an even game.
What is going on?
These teams, I mean, they've played against each other a lot, so they know each other really well.
EG have just fully recovered from a position that I thought was going to be almost impossible. I mean, the MKB definitely mattered, but they were 12k down. They find 2 monster fights in a row. This one, I would say, I would chalk up to a TSM mistake, though. I think that engage from Sand King and Kunkka on the Quap is just a little bit naive in that position. It's the enemy high ground. They have Blink Banish from OD. That could be a thing. They have BKB on Queen. You need perfect execution with the OD not in range. It didn't happen. And they turn it around in a big way. The entire lead is gone.
Yep.
Literally all of it in
Aegis,
5 minutes.
Aegis on Arteezy. Abed picked up the shard, so Blink will silence now and do some damage. Very good shard. I believe he took it, right? It wasn't purchased. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, nobody else has a shard on the team, so. What do you think of OD shard, by the way?
I think it's not that important in this game, but it's insane in some games.
Why not this game then?
I don't know if you're going to create enough distance with the little bit of movement that you can make. But in some games it's incredible, right? For getting out of specific fields like Chrono or getting out of kinetic field, these kind of abilities that you want to escape.
Right.
But in this game there's no like...
Yeah, a lot of AoE,
constraining.
but it's not in like one particular area necessarily.
Mars Arena is very good against too. But there's none of these like isolation spells in the game. No fissures. So I don't think it's worth buying, to be honest, in this one.
Well, Nightfall.
Yeah, still buying it. I have to take that back.
Okay, no, definitely worth it
So
then.
let's see, 60% movement speed. How much is that? It's like 200 for most heroes after boots. It's okay. But yeah, it's
I mean,
not,
the fact that
it's not an S tier game for it by any means. I don't think
he
he's like,
gets-
holy shit, I need this item, but it's probably fine.
If you're
but not-
using it consistently to save,
yeah,
and you have Ags already, I mean, that adds value to it, right?
yeah, it's something. I was just holding it up against, you know, he has Bloodlust, so he can actually become a killer if he buys other items. He already has the save. But maybe they're just like, this is my role in this game. I guess the extra mana capacity as well will help with a little bit more on the ult, right? So it's not strictly defensive if you use the offensive Astrals, but maybe I'm underestimating it. It's very possible.
Right, Arteezy, 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, working on a Scotty next. And he has the network lead by about 2,000 versus his Tomato counterpart. Sheepstick, wow. Okay, Bryle picks up a sheep on top of the AC now.
Yeah.
Going for the utility build.
I think they're looking to get more solutions for OD. It's really proving to be an issue for them. So they want a reliable way of shutting down and killing off OD, and maybe Queen when she blinks in. Trying to... Yeah, that really is the big hero here, is the OD. It's what's enabling EG to take fights, that they have this banish as their backup. So if they find any way of solving that... It's going to go Shadowblade next on Bryle to get in as well.
Okay.
A little bit of a mid-push being planned here by EG.
Can't say I'm surprised that they're going to have to try to itemize against Nightfall, as he has been, I think, easily the MVP of EG's run so far. Especially today. He has been an absolute beast with that massive 50 ping. Just overcoming all adversity. And
Yeah.
the meme lives on.
Has fallen.
But there is something to be said about the communication of, you know, the fact or lack thereof, because you're not in the same location as everybody else. Obviously, TSM have similar issue with, or sorry, that was Quincy Crew, right? Everybody's in the same location for TSM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Saberlight.
Oh yeah, Saberlight's the one, right?
Oh,
Oh, Avalanche.
Good
Oh,
force
the
left.
force into the toss. Bryle gonna have to pop that BKB. He does so, but the Sonic Wave goes right through it. Cookie to try to create some space, attempting to TP out, and he's gone. He's good to go.
Dubu.
Dubu
Dire's bottom
will be fine as well. So nicely done from TSM. Did cost him a BKB charge.
top tower is under attack.
That was a pretty big rotation from EG. They brought 4 heroes.
Moon has Ags, by the way, so
That's big.
this is one of those where it's either, I mean, in theory, it's amazing, but in the games that we've seen, it's either unbelievably god tier or completely useless.
It's a very polarizing axe for sure. You need to make sure you're in a great position, and you need to make sure... So in this game, the nice thing about it here is that you're not playing against, say, you know, a hero on your own team like PA, where suddenly the burst just comes out of nowhere. There's the OD ult that could be an insane damage output out of like just a sudden one you don't expect. But aside from that, it's pretty predictable what's going to happen. You can account for a Sonic Wave, and you can account for Terrorblade's damage over time. So using the axe is not too difficult. And you're not too susceptible to getting countered either. There's not like Global Silence or some sort of like Orchid that's just going to jump you and take you out of the fight, Storm Spirit. So I think axe this game is very, very nice on Weaver. Only need to watch out for the Quap Shard, I suppose. Could be tricky. But
Yeah, true. He doesn't have any way to dispel. He is going for Lotus next. We'll see if he has time. Again, very even game. Aegis is now gone. We'll see if EG are comfortable enough to continue high ground. There's the Burrow Strike. Torrent looks like it's going to connect. Arteezy. There's the save. Still no shard yet for Mr. Nightfall. Force Staff back out. Saberlight thinking about going in, but will decide against it.
we haven't talked about Ogre's Shard in this game, have we? It's very good against PA.
Yeah, true. The damage instance block.
Yeah, so Fire Shield, what's the percentage again?
85.
It's like super high, right?
85% for 3 hits.
Yeah. So PA blinks in and tries to crit someone. The damage is totally neglected in the first 3 hits.
How many hits is Phantom Strike? Like 4?
It's just,
Or is it time-based? I can't even remember anymore.
it's 2 seconds. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
it's like, I don't know. That's a bit hard to say. Depends on your items, but it's just, you're at least taking away the initial surprise factor that PA a lot of the time will get her kills on. You get time to react, and that's worth a lot.
Oh,
Dude was in trouble.
yeah, that's the Astral. Moon Meander not going to be able to time-lapse himself. So that's going to be the 1 kill that EG will get. He does have buyback, though, but they will likely try to force it. Of course, no big items were, like BKBs were used. No big cooldowns either. And Arteezy onto the high ground. There's the Fire Shield that you talked about. Oh my, he has the Tidal Wave Shard. That's always fun. Satanic back up to full HP for Arteezy, and there's the meta. Fortifications pop for now, but you have to think this is likely to be tower, if not more. Moon Meander sitting on that buyback still. How passive do they want to play this?
Just gonna get
Saberlight's
the lane.
ready to go. Yeah, it
gonna
looks
go
like
in.
they are conceding this lane. I mean, Weaver's one of those heroes where, I mean, obviously depends on the situation, but buybacks can be extremely powerful because of the fact that you can just time-lapse back into the battle if it, you know, works out in your favor. Or it could screw you over big time.
Yep. That was a funny clip recently. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, where he died instantly. Yep. It happens to the best of us. I mean, 1 Rax at this stage of the game is not going to be the
Tomato's getting
backbreaker.
info here.
Yep, Avalanche. Oh, no, not even Avalanche needed. Toss back onto Bryle. Has to pop the BKB. Tidal Wave, Arteezy brought back in. He hasn't even popped anything yet. Epicenter Burrow Strike, though, into the Mortimer's Kisses, trying to avoid the Thunder. They're going to get him. 80 seconds of no
Where's
Arteezy.
OD?
BKB popped by Tomato. They're going to try to get some more. Jerax gets bashed and brought down. So that's 2 dead for EG.
Where was Nightfall? I thought Arteezy was going in there as a bait to set up the fight. He didn't get banished for the entire duration of that. That was like a 10-second kill.
Roche is going to spawn
save.
in 25 seconds, so there is enough time for them to get it if they scout it out. But that's really the question. Is Avalanche toss with the silence to start out with Abed, Sonic Wave as well, but Saberlight able to get a little bit of space here, but he is completely blocked into the trees. And this is going to be a pretty value kill for
He's
EG.
super tanky with the heart.
He has a heart?
Yeah, it took them
Oh my
a long time.
God. Gracious.
Yeah.
All right, so Roche is up, and if they scout it now, they could take it with still 30 seconds of no RTZ, but
Tomato's going to check. I think they go for it.
yeah, I think so too.
Even with a dead Sand King, if this turns into a fight, he can buy back.
Yeah, this is a refresher shard, so no ags.
Oh my god, PS attack speed with the leveler.
Yeah.
It feels good. Also benefits from the 5 armor. It's nice. Now that Arteezy does have MKB, it does help quite a bit for his EHP to have the armor.
Alrighty.
Grabs everything. Refresher shard.
Cheese on Moon Meander.
Put shard on. Maybe Kunkka. You get 2 boats and 2 hexes, 2 BKBs.
Yep, sounds good.
Also good on Sand King though. Double Burrow Strike is very strong sometimes. He can also keep it on himself to have 2 BKBs and Abyssals when he respawns out of Aegis, but I don't know if that is the right way to go about it.
4-man smoke from EG. knowing that Saberlight is dead for 30. Very important game number 3. I mean, I'm just going to make up this stat, but I know it's true. Game 3 is the most crucial if you're tied. I feel like it's probably like an 80% win rate in terms of the series if you get game number 3. I'm just going to throw that out there, Synderen, as a stat.
Yeah, I agree. Game 3 is very crucial when the score is 1-1.
Yep.
Yep.
Game 1's pretty crucial too, though.
Yeah, when the score is 0-0, game 1 is a pretty crucial.
I'd argue game 2 is pretty important as well, though.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
I think game 5 is pretty crucial when the score is 2-2.
Yeah, arguable.
But game 3 is
Easy.
still more
He spotted out. Burrow strike. All right, they're going to focus all their efforts on him. But in the meantime, Avalanche toss with the Sandy's Eclipse onto Bryle. He is brought down 100 seconds. No way to get back into the game. Meta popped by Arteezy. They want to keep fighting. And oh boy, their sights are set on Tomato. That's the Aegis. Mortimer's Kisses to try to buy some space, but not a whole lot of damage done here. And with that MKB, they should be able to bring him down. And they do. And he also does not have buyback.
And Moon was heading in to try to save him
Oh
with the
boy.
ult.
3 dead for TSM. EG can get a second lane of racks, if not more. If they knew this buyback was down, they might just go for Throne.
Yeah.
And it looks like they might just do that.
It's kind of wild how things just suddenly happen in this series. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Brawl just gets caught out without buyback. They don't have Weaver in range to save him. Then they try to take the fight. Tomato dies twice without getting time-lapse.
There's the first buyback. That's from Moon Meander. There's Dubu. Get beautiful stun with that shard into the cookie. Burrow strike to follow, but where's the damage? Everybody's super healthy from EG. Buyback now into Moon Meander. Still has his ult to work with. He's going to get Astral Imprison into the Meteor Hammer. Saberlight, very tanky, but not tanky enough to extend this game any further, as it looks like EG are going to take game number 3 in sudden fashion. And still, they're not going to have PA for another 40 seconds, so GG is called, and just like that, it's a 2-1 lead for EG.
It almost feels like Aegis is a curse.
They get too confident.
Yeah, Brawl is out there without Weaver in range. EG pounce on it. They find a quick, really important kill. And that's